Okay, doke. We are live. Welcome, welcome. Hello, I am Jana Niksa, the Authentic Sales Coach, and I am talking today all things about high ticket offers, the questions you guys had at the masterclass, and I might get on my soapbox a little bit because I've been talking to a lot of you, been on a lot of sales calls lately, and boy, is there some misconceptions out there. And yeah, I'm going to speak to them. So let's do this. So, just real quick, for those of you who don't know me, I am, of course, the Authentic Sales Coach. And I spent over 2 decades in the sales world as a top performing sales executive. And sort of my claim to fame is I never sold the way they told me to. So a big part of what I do on this channel is teach you more authentic, more holistic, more heart-based, consciously evolved approaches to not just building your business, but sales specifically, and really like the whole idea behind high ticket and your most high converting high ticket funnel, and focusing on what is needed there in order to really make that go. I believe one high ticket offer that you get converting and knowing how to message around it and have the sales skills to communicate effectively with your ideal client, you can make it to multiple six figures. You don't need a giant following. You don't need 47 landing pages. You don't need a bunch of freebies, Facebook groups, emails that go out. All of those pieces come later. So I'm already on my soapbox, and that's not what I was going to do. But essentially, I help you put that process together and develop the skill set so that you can actually execute any strategy. Okay. And so more on that later. So let's answer some questions about high ticket. Okay. Some of the biggest misconceptions and questions out of the masterclass. So, first one was, what do I focus on first? How do I do all the things? And I remember when I came into this space, that was a big thing for me too. It was like, where do I even begin? I remember telling the first person I hired, which was I don't believe in mistakes, but let's just say it was not the first person I needed to work with. And I was like, I don't even understand. Like, how do I get on the bike? Like, I need to be everywhere. I need to be omnipresent. I need to be a Facebook group, an email list, a website, a landing page, master classes. And what I didn't realize at the time, because not many people are not clear about that, is that's all stuff that comes later. Okay. So hear me when I say that. A lot of that has to do with volume, and a lot of that stuff is actually more in the low ticket strategy space. Okay. And again, I'm not against low ticket, it's just sequence. Somebody say sequence. We don't start there because then we are, like I was feeling, like a deer in headlights trying to figure out how to do reels and become a professional editor and become a content creator. And I remember getting all tripped over like cover photos and Canva and all of the things, when really what we need to focus on are real three fundamental pieces. So what we focus on first is putting together a high ticket offer that's validated and optimized for conversion. Okay. There are things that go on with that behind the scenes to really help you make sure that that's the case. But I'll just say it's about doing the research. It is about doing some exploration. It is about truly being the CEO of your business and understanding what's available, and also understanding where maybe there's some gaps and how what you do can fill in those gaps. Okay. That's what the positioning is. That's what catches your ideal client's attention. And if we don't put it together an offer, what I see a lot of people do, they put together an offer based on the modalities that they used and based on what they want to teach, and not put it together in a way that actually speaks to your ideal client. Huge gap for people. And so when that happens, people don't really understand why they need it. They don't understand why they want to do breath work. They don't understand how meditation or even energy healing is going to help them, other than unless they're those spiritual entrepreneurs that are far further along in their journey. Okay. And just one little known fact, A lot of those people, if they're that far into their journey that they know what the mother wound is and the witch wound and the healing and the inner child work and the parts work and the soul retrieval and all of that, they're probably not your high ticket buyer because they already feel like they're far enough along in their journey that they don't need you. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that there's not some out there, but most of them have already invested and are probably teaching it on some level themselves. Okay. So we have to attract the people who are newer to the spiritual journey if you're putting together more of a spiritual offer, right? And those are not modalities, and speaking that technobabble is just going to confuse them. When I started my spiritual walk, I had no idea what inner child work was. And so, in the same goes if you're putting together a business offer or a relationship offer, like we really have to understand the client and what they will invest in. Okay. And if they want their marriage to work, they're not going to invest in a course on self love. They're not going to invest in a course on even setting boundaries potentially. That's just not enough. And so, step one is if you're going to focus on anything first, it's fully understanding where you fit in to their journey, the results that you're going to provide them with, and the process that you're going to take them through, and how to package that up in a high ticket offer so that people go, yes, please get me here. That is exactly what I've been wanting. And if that's not done properly, it makes it a whole lot easier for the rest of this process that I'm going to talk about. So that's first. And where there's another big gap for people, I told you I was going to be on a soapbox a little bit today, feisty, is people just start creating content and it's not really leading them anywhere. And it's nice little quotes or like a tip of the day or Mindset Monday. And none of that is pushing is a strong word, but it's guiding somebody through a sales process, through a customer buying journey. I mean, when's the last time you saw a nice motivating quote and you go, I got to figure out what this person's offer is, right? And so we have to start with the offer first, and then we create our messaging strategy and then our content to support that high ticket offer. Okay. So, first things first, high ticket offer. Second is what I was just saying. It is being able to communicate and speak your ideal client's language about your offer, about the gaps that they're missing, about what they're doing that's not working, about how to do it differently and what you do and how it's different. That all points to your offer. Okay. So that's like the second fundamental piece is being able to speak your client's language. You're focusing on the payoff, not the process. Okay. Like I said before, when I started my healing journey, inner child work I was not Googling that. What are they Googling? How to be happy? I mean, how to save my marriage, how to sleep better, how to not snap at my kids, how to um really get to 10K months, right? So we get too caught up in the technobabble in the process. Okay. And then the last thing is having a sales strategy that backs up your messaging, your content, and your offer, and being unapologetic about how to sell it elegantly. Okay. What do I mean by that? You're a business owner. So start acting like the CEO of your business. I'm just going to tell it to you straight. And nothing goes anywhere without sales. So if we're going to pretend like, oh, sales is too sleazy and I don't know, I mean, then we have to understand that that's part of it. Now, let me be clear. You guys know I'm the authentic sales coach. So I am not sitting here trying to say you're going to push people into your offer, manipulate, psychologically, like hypnotize them into buying your thing. But you do need to know how to sell. You do need to know how to communicate effectively. You do need to know how to get them to see that where they are and where they want to go isn't happening. If nothing changes, nothing changes. And you are the vehicle, the person, and to do it. Right. And until that is worked out for you, you can create content, go on podcasts, you can go do all of the things, have a beautiful website. But until you really understand those three fundamentals, it's not going to execute very well. And so that's what you want to focus on first. So again, just to recap that little bit, what time is it? Okay. Is get that offer together, know that it's validated and that it is something that your ideal client wants and is willing to invest in. 2, make sure you understand your messaging strategy around it, how you fit into the market and how what they're currently doing isn't getting them where they need to go and how you do it differently. Like, how do I message that? Right? Why? Why are they where they are? What do they need to do differently? And then 3 is having a sales process that you're taking people through with this conversion content strategy. Okay. Notice I didn't say they have to come into a Facebook group and spend 6 months, or they definitely have to go on an email list and be there for a year, or you have to go live 47 times. Like, this can be really tight the better your skill sets are developed. Okay. Ask me how I know. So don't get caught in all the hype and all the low ticket strategy stuff. That comes later. Master this most basic funnel first to invite them to a sales call, and then you can build from there. But I would take this to multiple 6 figures first and then start to up my ante. Okay. So that would be what I would do first. And the kicker is everybody's like, I just need leads. How do I get more leads? But if you don't know how to do this, pouring more leads onto it isn't gonna do anything. If your message isn't converting, if your offer isn't converting, or you don't know how to convert them, it doesn't matter how many leads you have. So just knowing that, focusing on these fundamentals is going to be key. Okay. The right strategy for high ticket. I really feel like I just covered that. It is all about helping them see where they have gaps, how you can fill in those gaps, and inviting them to a call where maybe you can help them with one piece of it. And by helping them and serving them and really showing up for them to see why they are where they are, then you become the natural next step. And so when you're able to message and be so clear and you're so dialed in on your ideal client and what's the conversation going on in their head, they are more than happy to get on a call with you because they have a problem that they want solved. And so they will want to know what you know. And so it's so key that we understand that. And then we can help walk them through a decision process because we're not going to invite them to a call and then bait and switch. Okay. So we need to make it very clear that you can help them with one piece and then you will share with them a little bit more about what you do. Because as the authentic sales coach, it's very, 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 very important that we ask permission to sell. Okay. Ask permission. Otherwise, it feels weird. It feels off. We've all been on those calls where we're like, wait a minute, what's happening right now? Where is this person trying to sell me? Like, where did this come from? So be clear. Be clear about your intentions and ask permission. Okay. Not attracting high ticket leads. That is totally a messaging problem. That is absolutely how you're speaking. You're going to speak differently to somebody that thinks their problem can be solved at Walmart and loves to shop at Walmart than you are somebody that exclusively shops at Nordstrom. Okay. Like, that's a different message. And this is where it comes back to really honing in that skill set. Okay. So, so many people are always trying to sell you a strategy. Like this, I want to like put it to you like this. Imagine that newer entrepreneurs were just learning to walk, right? Like they're just all over the place learning to walk. It's just part of it. Like they need to know that skill. But then you've got all these people making promises about how they can be a professional football player, or they can be a professional baseball player, or, take my course. It's the perfect way to know how to, be in the Olympics for gymnastics, right? And they put all this beautiful, mesmerizing content, and my strategy is the perfect shiny object, magic bullet, overnight success that you need. But what each and every entrepreneur needs is to learn how to walk and then learn how to run. But they don't tell you that. They say, if you just learn, if you just wear these gloves and you run down the field, I can't believe I'm using a sports analogy. And you know how to do this one thing, then you're going to catch the ball every time and you're going to be a star athlete, right? But what they fail to mention is the prerequisite for getting in there and being able to do that is you have to run fast. So you got all these entrepreneurs who have these beautiful things that they do for people. They want to transform lives. And yet they keep buying shiny object here, or maybe I'm going to be a star gymnast there, when what they really need to do is practice these fundamentals and these pieces and get with a coach like me or someone else who's willing to get in there with them and help them develop these skill sets. That is the kicker. And it makes me mad. So that's what people have to understand. And you don't get to skip the steps. You can learn to be the baseball, the football, the gymnast, the this, the that, but not until you learn to walk and then learn to run, period. So that is what you're missing. I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay. Afraid to charge high ticket. So if you're afraid to charge high ticket, a couple things. I want you to write down all of the schooling, all of the experience, all the transformation, all the books, all the courses, all of it that you've done on yourself, that to earn you the right to want to start a business, certifications, whatever, around what you're currently offering. Put a price tag on that. What is that worth? Okay. So if you can give people that and that transformation in a much smaller amount of time, far less than you've spent in terms of money, how much is that worth? Because in my mind, if you're starting a business around whatever this is, a whole business, then you absolutely have a high ticket offer in you. Okay. And so that's why people feel like I have to do the low ticket thing and charge just a little bit and maybe one day I'll be worthy, but that's not how it works. Like, you already came here with a full set of skills. You already know that there's something that you have to offer, or that you've done for others, you've done for yourself, you've gotten certified in. And the truth is, you're going to get far better results with people by working with a few at a higher level than you are trying to grow a list of many and give them the low ticket thing. So step into your power, always price at your level of conviction. So after you make that list and you really lean into, I am a pro, I am absolutely worthy, my value, I'm going to 10x the value in this offer of whatever it is they pay. And when you can step into that, and when you feel like this is what it's worth, that's your level of conviction. So there's no hard and fast rules, but you have to be able to sit across from somebody on a sales call, and it's like the no flinch factor. Like, I know my offer will change people's businesses. I know what I have to offer and how I enhance and really get in there and help you get those skills to execute any strategy is priceless. Because so many people are stuck trying to learn how to walk and run, and they've invested in learning how to be a professional football player. So they have to do this. That's the gap. Okay. How long? How long depends on what's the fastest amount of time you can get somebody that result. And who needs to be in that offer with you to help them get it even faster, to even have an even more powerful experience. Right? So for me, I doubled down with a messaging expert that's in my offer to really help hone in, give me somebody else another pair of eyes around each person's high ticket offer, and then the way they're going to package it up and share about it, right? I doubled down also because I know it's not just about all the stuff you do in the outside world, it's the inner stuff too. So I have somebody there that helps people identify their blocks and can intuitively tell me where they are so that I can work with them, laser focus to help them remove whatever's standing in their way, right? So think who, not how do I do all the things, okay? Time wise, whatever it takes for them to get the result, the fastest amount of time. Challenge in intangible outcomes. And this, I'm going to have to end it here because I have to start with my group soon. You have to make an intangible offer tangible. A really beautiful bridge to do that is this. So what this means to you is, so, so you'll have more clarity in your business. So what this means to you is you'll know exactly what to say to your ideal client that's going to resonate so deeply with them. They're going to want to hop on a call with you. So we have to. So if it's like other nebulous things like, more confidence, more joy, more love. Like what is the point of having that? How is that having that thing going to manifest in their life? So you'll have more self-love so that you can have way more healthier relationships so that when you speak to your kids, there's a far different and interaction because you're coming from a different place in a different space and a different energy, and they're going to pick up on that, and then you'll see that you'll get a different result from them as a result, right? So how do I take the tangible nebulous things and bring it and ground it into reality? This is a big part of what we do also in our program, Limitless Expansion. So okay, I got to end it there because it's almost the top of the hour. That was a good amount of them. Let me know in the comments below which one you felt like was the most mind-blowing to you. And make sure to share this video, like this video, do all of the things. It just helps more people get it, because my mission at the end of the day is to help you understand how to walk and how to run, and that the fact that you're still crawling and you buy something that's telling you can be a football player and making you all of these empty promises, and then you're not able to do it. I'm very committed to helping people not give up on themselves and learn how to do the pieces so that they can execute at that level. So you are not broken. You are not wrong. You didn't make a mistake by being here. There's just certain skill sets that are necessary in order to make these things go. Okay. All right. I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.